नमस्कार दोस्तों, कैसे हैं आप? आपको याद होगा मैंने एक वीडियो बनाई थी जिसमें हमने बात की थी कि कनाडा में एक फैमिली के, अगर वो एक कपल है या एक कपल विद अ किड है या कपल विद 2 किड्स है, तो उसके लगभग मंथली एक्सपेंसेस कितने होंगे। और अगर आपने वो वीडियो नहीं देखी है तो मैं उसका लिंक यहाँ ऊपर डाल देता हूँ एंड आप उसे देख सकते हैं। But that is the expense side of equation, which you can squeeze a little bit but you can't squeeze a lot. But what you can increase over time is your earning side, and today we are going to focus on the income side of the equation and how much you need to earn to basically meet those expenses. And if you had seen my earlier video, we estimated between 2000 to 6000, a broad range, right, of expenses depending on if you're just a couple with a kid, couple with 2 kids, and we broke it up into all the components, जैसे कि रेंट हो गया, ग्रोसरीज हो गए, कार इंश्योरेंस वगैरह। मैंने ट्रांजिट को अलग से कवर नहीं किया था उस वीडियो में, बट ट्रांजिट अगर आप कार नहीं लेते हैं और ट्रांजिट लेते हैं तो लगभग सेम खर्चा आता है। और जनरली आपके पास गाड़ी होगी तो आप ट्रांजिट नहीं लेंगे, आप ट्रांजिट लेंगे तो आपके पास गाड़ी के इंश्योरेंस या लीज पेमेंट के खर्चे नहीं होंगे, तो वो रिप्लेसेबल है, इसलिए मैंने ट्रांजिट को अलग से कंसिडर नहीं किया था। और हमने बात की थी ईटिंग आउट की, हमने बात की थी और एक्सपेंसेस की, जैसे कि हमारा हो गया लीज पेमेंट्स ऑफ द कार, यूटिलिटीज़, हाइड्रो बिल, देन हमने बात की थी आपके वाटर बिल की एंड मोबाइल बिल्स की। सो ऑल दैट वाज द मंथली एक्सपेंडिचर। एंड आज हम देखेंगे कि आपको कितना अर्न करना है टू मीट दैट 2000 फॉर अ सिंगल एंड अ कपल कैटेगरी, to a 6000 which is for a full family of kids, 2 kids and a couple. अब एक्सपेंसेस की साइड तो क्लियर है हमको, तो अब हम इनकम की साइड चलते हैं। अब इनकम साइड पे, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो आप अपने अपस्किल करके बढ़ा सकते हैं या फिर अपनी फील्ड चेंज करके बढ़ा सकते हैं या ओवर टाइम अपने ही फील्ड में एक्सपीरियंस गेन करके बढ़ा सकते हैं। इट बिकम्स इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आप इनकम के हिसाब से अपने खर्चे प्लान करें, बट एट द सेम टाइम अपनी इनकम बढ़ाने की कोशिश करें ओवर टाइम। तो अब इसके लिए हमें ये तो पता होना चाहिए कि कितनी इनकम से कितने खर्चे हो सकते हैं। और टैक्सेशन सिस्टम इतना सिंपल भी नहीं है। देर आर कंपोनेंट्स टू इट। देर इज़ अ फेडरल टैक्स कंपोनेंट which is like at the federal level, then there is a provincial tax component which is at the provincial level, and then you have your CPP, which is basically your savings for retirement, Canada pension plan, and employment insurance, like when somebody is unemployed he can claim benefits on that. So all those deductions happen every month from your salary, and what is left, which is your take home, should be enough to manage your expenses, that 2000 to 6000 range from that other video. Wherever you feel you want to reference that video, please go and see that video. It's a video I uploaded 2 days back on the channel, and it's about monthly expenses in Canada. So but broad range leke chalte hain, 2000 to 6000 for a couple to a couple with 2 kids, and a single to a couple with 2 kids, right? So अब हम देखते हैं कि आपकी इनकम साइड ऑफ इक्वेशन कैसी होनी चाहिए so that we are able to meet these expenses. So for that I will be looking into my laptop, and so will you. Let me just move to my own computer screen. Tax calculator on your screen right now, and this is Intuit TurboTax calculator. I'll leave this link in the description as well, but it tells us how much after tax income will be for various employment income. So let's start with a income of $40,000 and calculate this. So as you can see on your right, for an income of $40,000, federal tax is around 3,121. Provincial tax is around 1,210. CPP and EI, as I explained, Canada pension plan and employment insurance is around 2824. So your total tax is around 7185, right? And your total after tax income is 32,845. Now 32,845 is basically something close to 2,500 to 2,600. And as we noted in the previous video, like if you're a single person, this much income will barely be able to meet your expenses. Like you're living in a studio, you're spending on groceries, you're not eating out much. But yeah, you can survive in this income with no savings, right? Not a lot, right? So that's at 40,000. Let's look at what happens at 50,000. So at 50,000, your federal tax is 4,500, provincial is around 2,300, CPP EI combined is 3,582. After tax is 39,577. Now 39,577 means roughly, around 3,200 kind of per month basis. So 3,200 will be like between a singles and a couples category. You could still be living in a good condo in this expense, like a one bedroom, up till a one bedroom condo, which will come like between up to 2,100 2,200, depending on where you are. Again, rent is a factor of location, so don't take these words as applicable everywhere, but in suburbs you could get one bedroom in that expense. So this much income is enough for a couple with no savings. Now let's go at a higher number, say 60,000, and recalculate this. 60,000, considering all the taxes, we are left with 46,000 in hand, which is, closer to the 4,000 number. And 4,000 number is a good number for a couple's category to survive in Canada, like a middle number where you can have a one bedroom home, you can be normally spending on your groceries and on your, eating out, but not much saving. So like we have reached a 60,000 income and we are not able to see anything getting saved here for a couple, which is the reality today. And these videos are important where we discuss this, because a lot of people who say they'll come here with a family and do a $50,000 job, it won't work. You'll be burning your savings, which you bring from wherever you were before coming here. Now, your after tax income in this case is 52,910, which roughly translates to how much? Is about 4,500 to 4,700. Again, I think for a couples category, you will be in a comfortable position to lead a good life with not much savings, but decent enough to keep you going. Um, let's increase this a little bit more. Let's jump higher, say a 90,000 income. So, and this analysis is not taking into account any savings you do, RRSPs, TFSAs, because those are, pre post tax stuff, right? So TFSAs, you save tax on the interest you earn on that, but this is your income calculation, so this is applicable to you. And RRSPs will play a part in this, because RRSP is a direct deduction, but we are not taking that for now. That can reduce your taxation, but also that amount gets locked up in your RRSP, so it's not really liquid cash. So that those things you need to keep in mind. So after tax income of 66,823, roughly around 5,200. Yeah, so that's like the level at $90,000, and you can start saving a little as a couple here at this level, maybe a 10,000 to 15,000 a year. Let's look at 100,000 and then we'll rapidly jump up. At 100,000, your after tax is 73,653, which is roughly $6,000. Your savings are now increasing, and if you want to migrate from one bedroom to a one bedroom plus den, which will be around 2,500 in good suburbs, in decent suburbs it will be like 2,200. You could do so at this income. Jumping higher, 120,000, your after tax is 85,561. Now this means an income of 7,000 in hand, which is like take home as we call it here. At this rate, you could be living in a good condo, or you could be living in a townhouse detached on rent, not detached, semi-detached townhouse, if a smaller detached as well. And you could be saving a portion of this, maybe $20,000 a year on year. So you may spend 65 total. Out of the 65, you may spend 36 just on rent as 3,000 per month, and then you're left with 20,000 at the end of the year, after spending everything, living a good lifestyle. And this could also be a good salary for someone with kids here. uh, and considering all the expenses that come along with kids, including the need for more space in terms of a bigger condo or a bigger house, and the other kids related expenses. So this could be a good salary where you save a little, you're able to spend on kids, you're living in a good house, and you're eating and you're going out like normally, like you would do in your home country. Let's look at 150 and above. Above this range, everything will be comfortable and your savings will keep going up. But let's just look at this number for one salary slab where everything is comfortable from a expense point of view. So you save around 102 500. You could be living in a good house, 3,000 plus kind of a rental, and then you could be doing everything else normally with kids and all the other activities. You could be saving also about $30,000 in this salary. If we are only considering the expenses, we considered in the video we made on expenses. But there's no limit to spending. I want to caveat this. You could be earning much more than this and spending everything, right? And not saving much. So it also depends on your expenditure. Your expenditure may not be aligned to the video I discussed and the numbers I took you over. So it could be very different and it's very subjective. So it depends on how you plan your spending, but this gives you a good idea of what is comfortable at what family situation, and also what kind of house versus the income. So this is what we wanted to give you an idea about. And yeah, back to me. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them below in the comment section. And I'm happy that you're liking this new series on Canada. हम लोगों को यहाँ आए हुए 2 साल से ज़्यादा हो चुके हैं, और हम अभी तक ये वीडियोस वगैरह नहीं बनाते थे क्योंकि हमें लगता था हमें खुद ही नहीं पता है सब कुछ अबाउट द सिस्टम. वी हैव नॉट सर्वाइव्ड थ्राइव्ड इन द सिस्टम टू नो इनफ. एंड वीडियो बनाना एक बात होती है, लाइक जस्ट from a channel point of view. If you see, my channel's been there for like years and years, maybe more than 10-15 years this channel has been there. And I've never used this channel from a purely monetary incentive, but I do capture vlogs where I think I know a little bit where it can help somebody. एंड वही इंटेंशन था इस इन व्लॉग्स को अब शुरू करने का, कि हमें 2 साल यहाँ हो चुके हैं, हम इसको थोड़ा बहुत समझते हैं. हम अभी भी बहुत नहीं समझते. आप में से कुछ व्यूअर्स ऐसे भी होंगे जो यहाँ पे 5-10 साल से हैं. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस बेटर देन इवन अस. बट या 2 साल में हमें लगा कि हम कुछ बता सकते हैं जो कि किसी के लिए वैल्यूएबल हो सकता है, स्पेशली न्यू कमर्स के लिए. सो थैंक यू, आपने इतना प्यार दिया, यहाँ तक देखा है तो आपको अच्छा लगा होगा या नहीं लगा होगा. हम ट्राई करेंगे जो हम आपको बताएं उसे इम्प्रूव करने के लिए. और थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर वॉचिंग एंड सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो.